great way of thinking about what not to do is to look at your spam folder in your email. And anything in there, you probably don't want to do what they did. So you'll see that it's sending really weird, from really weird email addresses. A lot of times our clients, we ask them, pick a person's name that people know, and you send it from an email that people know. A lot of people are scared to do that. They want to create a general email or use sales department or a general from name. And you just want to be as personal as you can. So when we send our newsletters, it comes from our president or from me. And so it uses my name and my email address. So you always want to include your organization and your brand. If people might not know who you are. Maybe they know they signed up for Joy's Flower Shop. They don't know that the person's name is Garlic Gravel. So you don't want to just assume they know who you are. They should come from the business. So you can change your from name to be whatever you want it to be. And also your subject. We'll go into the subject line after this. So the from line is, you want it to be apparent. They should know who you are, they should remember you. Maybe they even know who you are, your face. It should come from you. So the from line, like I said, use a familiar email address. Don't just make something up unless it should be pretty obvious. Sometimes customer support or something like that, but try not to do that. Really try to use your own email. And the reason you do the email, let's say you put your name in and your email, but I think AOL and Yahoo, they actually take out the from name and it only shows the email. So you can't be sure that they'll even see your name. So that's a reason to have the email. Okay, so the subject line. There's a lot of best practices with this. If you go to Google and look for subject line best practices, you'll find dozens of articles about it. Because if you think about it, that's the first thing people see. It needs to grab their attention. You want to, in 5 words, tell people what they're getting, what is included. And there's a lot of things you don't want to include. You really don't want to use the word free at all. You don't want to use too many, put 3 question marks or 3 exclamation points on it. Anything with too much punctuation can get flagged as spam. And you don't want to post all capital letters. Just kind of think about how you would communicate on a daily basis, or think about a newsletter, a newspaper headline. That's what your from name should be like. So our newsletter, we name it the Online Concierge because our company, our tagline is the Online Marketing Concierge. So they look for that Online Concierge every month, and they know that that's our newsletter. And then we'll put a couple things in there, just Facebook tips and email marketing. So something just so they know what topics are being presented. So you can kind of think of that. Maybe think of a standard name that you're going to call your newsletter, but then make sure you kind of personalize it every month. But again, these are examples. These are examples of spam emails. You can tell they're spam, but I don't know whose job it is to write these, but they're obviously focusing on sending out millions of emails and just hoping they accidentally get opened. I don't really get the business.
Yeah. Hey you.
Hey you.
So,
we can't see over here. I can't. Oh, okay, thank you.
So,
Except I already I've received a lot of spam, so I know.
Yeah.
Anything that's vague or doesn't have a subject line, don't open it.
I mean, it seems obvious what not to do, but you'd be surprised how many people do that. So